Okay, so fresh off the win for David Morrell over Imam Khataev on the Ring 3 card this weekend. Now, watching that fight, it felt like a bit of a robbery, to be honest. It felt like Khataev was almost running away with that fight at times, and Morrell really wasn't able to get going or land anything too substantial until a lot later on in the fight, by which point, in my opinion, Khataev had run away with the rounds. It was competitive at times, obviously, because David Morrell, 100% is still a live body and 100% came to fight. But I don't know, it felt weird. It felt he was a touch gun shy, which I guess coming off fighting David Benavidez does make sense. You know, going from fighting David Benavidez to Imam Khataev, I'm not surprised you would be feeling a bit gun shy. You would be feeling a bit gun shy. Khataev looked really good in that fight. That's probably one of Khataev's best performances that went the distance. Of course, there's the news around Khataev testing positive for clomiphene, I think it was. Clearly wasn't banned because that fight went ahead. That got announced on Wednesday or Thursday, and the fight still went ahead like nothing was wrong. No, the fight went ahead like nothing was wrong. So I was pretty shocked, but hey, what do you do? It's the fight game, Khataev fought the fight and he won. In my opinion, he should have won that fight. He'll be really disappointed he couldn't get the decision on that occasion because he deserved it. In my opinion, he really deserved it, and it's just hard for me because I picked David Morrell to win this fight. And to be honest, all my predictions on the Ring 3 card, I got them all right. But Khataev should have beat Morrell on this occasion. I would love to see these guys run it back, to be honest, because I do like the two styles of fighters, and it was a pretty good fight for me. It was very entertaining. Let me not say very entertaining, because it wasn't a drag-out brawl, but it was competitive. Right, it was competitive, and Khataev, like I said, was implementing his game plan really well, using his physicality, throwing his shots, applying that pressure the way that Khataev's known to do. I know there was some concerns around, well, not concerns, but in my opinion, I thought going into this fight, David Morrell would be able to outbox Khataev and just walk him onto something big, and maybe even see a David Morrell stoppage here, because David Morrell's a puncher in his own right. We all know that. I was expecting to see David Morrell, the way David Morrell was moving, towards the end of the 10th round in particular, and, the 8th, 9th, 10th round, where he's moving his feet a bit more, throwing a bit more combinations, moving around, using head movement. I'm like, if he was doing this from the start, David Morrell maybe could have stopped a Khataev. Just could have caught him early, walked him onto something. But he really didn't, he really couldn't get going, and Khataev was just picking up the rounds, applying the pressure, landing his shots, and was getting the better of David Morrell. So in my opinion, I think Khataev might have been robbed there. I think they probably will run it back, because this is now David Morrell's second loss of his career. Not second loss. This is Khataev's first loss of his career, and David Morrell's back on a win after losing to David Benavidez. I could see them running this fight back. Morrell v Khataev 2. I don't think this is a headliner because it's not a world title fight, but I mean, it could headline a small card. But Riyadh Season don't do small cards. The Ring don't do small cards. Riyadh Season don't do small cards. Right? That's not in Turkey Al Sheikh's repertoire, doing small cards. But we'll see. Because in my opinion, like I said, Khataev got robbed there, and he deserved to win that fight. So I don't know what's next for both guys. I'm sure David Morrell will be trying to get probably a David Benavidez rematch for a world title, but I don't think he would want to leave this stone unturned. In his opinion, maybe it's turned because he got the win. But in reality, did he win? Not in my opinion. I think David Morrell deserved the victory on that occasion. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that fight. It was a really good fight though. Like a lot of those cards in the Ring, a lot of those fights in the Ring 3 card was a really, really good fight. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that fight. And what do you think's next for both men as well? Be curious to know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.